Sunderland keeping Granit Xhaka is not just about stopping Chelsea. It is about proving that the spine of last season has not been loosened by one serious approach. That matters because this was the kind of situation that can quietly reshape a club's summer. Chelsea did not just look at a Sunderland player from distance. They made a move. They had a clear reason for wanting him, and Xhaka himself had something to think about because of the pull of working with Xabi Alonso again. According to the reporting around this story, Sunderland's position never changed. Xhaka was not available at any price. That stance only works if the player is not pulling in the opposite direction. That is why the discussions with the club were so important. Sunderland needed clarity, not just confidence. A captain who stays because the club blocked the door is one thing. A captain who stays because he still sees the value of leading this squad is very different. For Régis Lebris, the football consequence is obvious. Xhaka is not just another senior midfielder in a young group. He gives Sunderland control in games where the rhythm could otherwise get away from them. He gives structure around players like Enzo Lefebvre, Habib Diarra, Noah Siddiqui and Chris Rigg. He also gives the head coach a reference point in the dressing room, which becomes even more valuable when the season stretches across league football and Europa League demands. But the twist here is that Sunderland have also protected the credibility of their project. Last summer, convincing a player of Xhaka's level to come to Wearside was a major statement. Losing him after one season, just as European football arrives, would have sent a completely different message to the rest of the squad and to the market. It would have suggested that Sunderland can build quickly but not hold the centre together once bigger clubs start circling. The £8 million offer was never close to reflecting that wider value. Sunderland would not just have been selling a 33-year-old midfielder. They would have been creating a leadership gap, a tactical gap, and a psychological gap, at exactly the point where the club needs stability most. Florent Gisolfi could find another midfielder, but replacing Xhaka's authority inside this specific Sunderland dressing room would be much harder. There is still a sensible caution here. Until the window closes, interest can return, pressure can shift, and football rarely stays settled for long. But Sunderland's strongest card is that Xhaka has reaffirmed his commitment rather than leaving the club to fight this alone. That changes the tone of the summer. Sunderland can still add, still refine, still prepare for the Thursday to Sunday grind. But they are doing it with their captain, their midfield anchor, and one of the clearest symbols of last season's leap still in the building. For a squad heading into Europe from the Stadium of Light, that is not a small detail. It is the piece that keeps the whole plan recognisable.